in the beginning of Raw September 11th, 2023. These are the results. But anyway, in the beginning of Raw, Jey Uso was out there. He started off the show. And then it was not long before he was interrupted by Kevin Owens. And then Kevin Owens kind of started talking down on him a little bit. He was like, no one back there trusts you. He said, well, Sami Zayn welcomed you to Raw and Cody Rhodes is willing to give you a chance, but that's about it. And you certainly don't have my trust. Like, come on, Kevin, really? It was not too long before they were interrupted by the Judgment Day, or as I call them, Halloween, whatever you want to call them. But it was not too long before they were interrupted by them. And they were talking to Jay, and they were like, I know it's going to take you a little while to decide, about joining their group, right? They're still kind of trying to nag him about that. And then they were talking to Kevin Owens, and they were like, well, I thought we were going to face you and Sami Zayn tonight. And then KO was like, well, Sami Zayn is not here tonight. So I can face all three of you guys. And then Jay jumped in, and he was like, how about we team together? And then Kevin Owens thought about it long and hard, and he was like, let's do it. And it turned into a brawl. And then it went to commercial break, and then when it came back, the match was taking place. And then at the end of the match, Jey Uso, attempting to super kick Damian Priest, accidentally kicks Kevin Owens. You know where this goes. He super kicks Kevin Owens in the face. Jey Uso and Damian Priest spill to the outside. It allows Finn Balor to take advantage with coup de grace. And 1, 2, 3. After the match, Jey Uso looks like he, feels bad about what happened. Kevin Owens kind of walked out on him. And then later on, you saw Kevin Owens back there, and Jey Uso kind of trying to, Kevin Owens in the back, and Jey Uso kind of trying to, talk to him. And he was kind of trying to, convince Kevin Owens that he did not super kick him on purpose. It was obviously an accident. It obviously was. So that's just the case with that. Kevin Owens obviously was not trying to listen to him. You know how that goes. But that was pretty much that. Drew McIntyre doesn't trust him either, because later on you saw him come in contact with Drew McIntyre, because there's a little bit of history there. Drew McIntyre, he was like, I want to make it clear that I do not trust you. And then Jey Uso, he was like, well, how about we have a match? And Drew McIntyre, he was like, okay, well, you're on. So now next week, it's Drew McIntyre going up against Jey Uso, which I'm kind of concerned for Jey Uso. Jey Uso might not make it out of this one. But anyway, that match is set up for next week. It's a very interesting storyline because, no one on Raw trusts Jey Uso. Finn Balor caught up with Jay again and was talking to him again. He said, it seems like no one's a fan of you. He said, but you know who is a fan? He said, I am. He said, you know who else is a fan? He said, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic. They're all fans. And then when you can tell Jey Uso was kind of thinking, he was like, for real? Like, really? Like, he was kind of like, thinking a little bit. You know, just the thought of no one else really trusts you except for them and Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, it's kind of getting to him a little bit. But I highly doubt that he would ever join that group. If he does, then that's just thumbs down to me. But it won't happen. Likely anyway. But yeah, if anything, he'd be better off just sticking with Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn is like the main one that's really for him. Like I said, and Cody Rhodes seemingly a little bit. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, he actually went out there on the mic out there in the arena. Um and then he was like, "Let's talk about, how he always does. What do you want to talk about?" And then he said, "Let's talk about main event Jey Uso." And then it was not long before he was interrupted by Dominic and JD McDonough. And of course, the crowd always is just boos the arena out when Dominic is talking. But anyways, he was um talking about how Jey Uso will soon join them, and he said, "Cody Rhodes, you're gonna look like a fool, and it's nothing that you can do about it." And like, what? Cody Rhodes drops both of them with some of his best moves, Cody Cutter, Crossroads. And we never really found out what he was gonna even say. I was actually kind of interested to see, but we never got a chance to see. But maybe we will next week, maybe, I don't know. But that right there was pretty much it for that. Seth Rollins came out there to challenge Nakamura for a rematch because this rivalry is still going on. And then he called him out. Nakamura's music did play, but he did not show up, at least at first, because on the screen, the Titantron, um it showed that Nakamura was beating up Ricochet. And then he looks at the screen. He said, "Sorry, Rollins. I thought you weren't medically cleared, so I already fought." So it's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy. There are a few, interesting storylines going on. So I'm interested to see, what goes on. But that's it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps. Oh yeah. I don't think this really has any significance at all in the future. I think this may have been just like a one-time thing, but I'm just gonna just mention it anyways. Um, Nia Jax returned. And she actually returned during Rhea Ripley going up against Raquel Rodriguez. Um, and actually, she actually helped Rhea Ripley retain the title. And then she beat up Rhea Ripley. So I don't know what that means. It likely is not going to continue past that. That likely was a one-time thing, but I don't know. I just threw it in there anyways. Um, but WWE lately, man, it's been entertaining, on SmackDown. It seems like Halloween, as I call them. It seems like, they're trying to, get on the Bloodline side. They're going after Jay on Raw. They're going after the rest of them on SmackDown. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Wow, and I just knocked over a few things. Um, Things happen sometimes on set, but um, that is it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.